Do you think when it comes to the defections, do you think that is it gonna be like the military and IRGC that's defecting are gonna go to completely to leave, or are they gonna be like infiltrating and turning and having combat against the IRGC and kind of like I kind of remember 2016 Turkey where there was a coup attempt that happened. Do you think it's gonna be like that or?
Right. So before even Yep. So before the military operations, the joint military operations of United States and Israel, and before the Lion and Sun Revolution in Iran, we already saw so much defections by within the IRGC and Artesh. There was reports of many people defecting, and not only defecting, we were seeing by the admission of the Islamic Republic itself, we were seeing a lot of plans to even gather guns and weapons to use it as against the Islamic Republic. So some of those operations were discovered by the Islamic Republic. So the Islamic Republic itself reported that there were thousands of people that they had to send SMS messages to warn to tell them that the path that they're going to is the direction that they're going is wrong. To me, that suggests that the numbers are so high that they can't actually punish everybody, that they just have to message them that are like, just don't do that. And I also just got recently report from inside Iran that the Islamic Republic can't even punish people who are defecting because the numbers are very, very high. Like they are actually, this is why they're going out and giving guns to just people, random civilians who support the regime, because they're seeing there's a huge amount of defection. So the nature, the way the nature of the defection could be is going to vary depending on different people. We have some people who are running away because they're thinking that they're going to something is going to happen to them, and we're seeing some people who are just not showing up to work. There We're seeing people who do show up to work, but they don't refuse to shoot at people when they get the command. We so in 1979, when eventually the Islamic Revolution worked, and the Pahlavi dynasty fell, the moment that that happened was when the Artesh basically claimed neutrality, right? So we could have defection, we could have people just not showing up. We could have official declaration of neutrality, but the best case would be the official declaration of joining the people and accepting the leadership of Princess of Pahlavi and turning against the regime itself. And if we see mass defections, we're going to see all types. I think we're going to see people who are just running away or not showing up to work. We're going to see segments of the armed forces to declaring, like, neutrality. But we're also going to see some people who are going to come and say, like, we are actually going to join the revolution against the regime. The question is, what percentage of each we're going to see? What's the number for each one of these examples? Obviously, the last one is the best one, but the signs are good right now. Like, we are getting reports for some people within the Basij who's saying, like, I'm actually the last one left. Everybody else has from our unit has defected, and now I'm defecting as well. Like, he not only they're defecting, they're like everybody else is affected. Or like some other places where people are saying, like, yeah, nobody's showing up at work. So I don't know how widespread these are, but the reports that we're getting, it looks good. But the problem is that I don't know how much damage you could do even without these people. Like the strategy of just arming random people to shoot at the protesters, I don't know how much damage that could do. I know these other people are not trained. I also know that the regime can still bring proxy groups from Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan in to do their killing for them. I'm hoping that even these people are actually will start running away when they see that the tide is turning and they're not actually going to be able to survive this. So no amount of US dollars will be enough to actually get people to continue if they see that they don't have the upper hand. I mean, for example, the last time during the Lion and Sun Revolution, in early January, when we had the proxies out from outside of Iran coming and inside Iran and doing the killing, what we didn't have at that point was drones shooting these types of people down. So now we have that. So I'm hoping that's going to make a huge difference. And I'm also hoping that a lot of these people who claim that like they're picking up the AKs and acting like, yeah, we're going to defend defend the regime, as soon as they hear, as soon as they see the people, they shit their pants and start running away. Because we have seen many times where people who claim like, oh yeah, they're so brave, they're going to come and defend and they're ready to die, as soon as they hear the first gunshot, some of them are the first to run away. So I would expect some people from the IRGC to be the types of people that were like, yeah, I would die for Mahdi and shit like that. But I'm wondering if the civilians that they're trying to arm are going to also be the same, which I'm hoping not.
Okay, next we have Ali Samani.
Hi, Armin. I had a
Hello.
theory, and I was wondering if you could entertain it for a second and give me your thoughts. Could it be possible for Shahzada Reza Pahlavi to use Kurdistan or Khuzestan as a launchpad? I'm thinking if the airborne division paves the way with complete aerial supremacy, they could give a big push to the people. What do you think about that?
As a launch pad for what? Because Princess of Pahlavi is not like he is like. What do you mean launch pad?
So,
Because
for
the
example,
manage. Mhm,
sorry, for
go on.
example, when the uprising happens and people come out from the call to action and then they
Oh.
see that Reza Pahlavi is in the country, he's in Khuzestan, there's armed Kurds, there's armed airborne division around him. I think Jeffrey wanted to say something as well, but yeah, please feel free.
I don't think Princess of Pahlavi should come to Iran until the regime has fallen. Like that's like a huge risk. That's a huge risk to Princess of Pahlavi's life. I hope they're not planning that. I hope they don't think anything, planning to do anything like that. By the way, guys, like when you look at when it comes to toppling the Islamic Republic, if you're looking at the map of Iran and looking at coming at the borders and then slowly getting in, that's a very classical way of looking at toppling a regime, right? With modern warfare, you could go straight to the target. Like you don't have to start from the borders and then make it all the way to the capital, right? You could just go straight to the capital because everything rests on Tehran being captured. Everything rests on, and any activity anywhere else is meant to drain the resources of the regime away from Tehran. But it starts and ends with Tehran, right? And activity like the people coming out in other cities is meant to make Tehran less defendable by the Islamic Republic, right? And honestly, like I hope like Princess of Pahlavi risking his life in such a way to me is not inspiring at all. Like I'm like, what are you doing? We need you, right? And like he whatever message he could give to the Iranian people and what to do, he could do it from wherever in the world. Like why should he come to a place where we don't have complete military dominance and security on the ground yet, right? So we don't have like we have I don't know, like the military force required to protect him is like who's gonna like is he gonna go in there with the American boots on the ground? Like is that I don't see that happening. If he's going to enter Iran before the Islamic Republic falls, the only people who could protect him properly is going to be American boots on the ground. And I know Israelis are not going to put boots on the ground. So this plan would require for Princess of Pahlavi and the Americans to be planning this together. And I just don't see that happening. Like I don't even see how Americans will become like, oh yeah, we already decided that Princess of Pahlavi is the next leader, and we sent soldiers inside Iran's borders to protect Princess of Pahlavi's, base of operations and command in Kurdistan. Like that's not an easy sell to the American public, and short of that level of security, Princess of Pahlavi shouldn't enter Iran, in my opinion. But yeah, but Jeffrey, you want to add to that?
I think he was talking about like a mass airborne troop drop. right? Like you just have like you blot out the sky with like thousands of airborne troops. And so while that has a lot of dramatic elements to it, to be sure, and yes, it allows you flexibility, airborne troops require a lot of support, like to sustain them, right? You can only carry so much shit on your back when you get thrown out of a plane. Even if you airdrop pallets and stuff, like it takes, I mean, we have like air, I think that's what he was talking about. That would be an issue, right? I mean, I'm not saying those guys aren't tough, and I'm not saying they don't know how to do those kinds of things. I'm just saying, there's a reason Armin's a little cautious there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've just been like some of the propaganda I've been hearing like about this whole war in Iran is I'm hearing like things about how it's going to like escalate into a nuclear war, which I don't think is going to happen. But like I'm hearing that like Israel's planning on nuking Iran, and like I'm hearing a lot of propaganda. Also, yeah, I know propaganda, but like I'm also hearing a lot of propaganda that like yeah, more like propaganda about this being like a genocide where like that they're targeting like civilians in Iran. I'm also hearing like a lot of propaganda that Iran is doing a much better job at defending itself and that like the media is intentionally hiding how destroyed Israel is. That but like and that like they're making it illegal for Israel for like reporters in Israel to like report about the damage in it. I know propaganda, but I'm just saying this is some of the propaganda I'm hearing that like they're making it illegal in Israel to report and show pictures of the damage in Israel, but Israel's been like a lot more hurt. And this evening, what's it called? Yeah, so later on this evening, the PSL Answer and the People's Forum are hosting a webinar on building a movement to try and stop the war in Iran. I don't know, but my gut tells me go attend webinar, so I'm going to go attend the webinar and just like listen in and hear what they're saying just to like keep tabs. Anything specific I should try to like keep an ear on.
Yeah, but it's very interesting because you're telling me that the propaganda, among these leftists, anti-Americans, are the same that I'm hearing from the my favorite retarded mullah from inside Iran that I watch. It's basically the same. So I really like this mullah because he gives me, like, he's retarded, right? Like, but he's a very good source for a summary of what the Islamic Republic wants to put out there right now, right? And I watch,
Yeah,
and when I'm working, like, I have him in the background, right? And it's very
yeah,
interesting because he's in Iran and he's going live on YouTube every single day, and he admitted that he has what he calls like a white SIM card, which means government
mhm,
approved SIM cards. That basically means that the internet block doesn't apply to him. And he's repeating the same propaganda that you mentioned to me.
really.
Yeah, everything. He's like, Tel Aviv is destroyed. People are dying in so many numbers there. They're hiding it. They're devastated. We have devastated the Israelis. And he's like makes fun of the Israelis. He's saying like, "Oh, we have a gift for Israelis. When before you die in the most horrific, painful way, we give you a flower." So the cluster bombs that they are shooting in Israel, when they explode in the air, they look like flowers. He's saying like this is a gift to the Israelis before we kill them in the most painful way possible. So they're saying that they're like, he says that that's what's happening to the Israelis. They're hiding it. He acts like nothing happened. The guy didn't even spend 5 minutes being upset about Khamenei was there. Like, I was wondering because they keep on pretending that they're winning, and I was wondering when Khamenei was killed, like at least then he's gonna come and say like, "Oh shit, like they did this to us, like fuck them or whatever." Like he wasn't even wearing black. He didn't even cry a single. He was like, "This is going like we got this." Khamenei became a martyr. Like, would you guys ever admit that anything is going wrong? Anything. This is a man that constantly, like, he would every time he saw Khamenei on the screen, he would take perfume or like, oh no, I need to put perfume on because Agha is on the screen, like our Lord is on the screen. He would like kiss his picture. He would like do all of these things. I thought like he would cry a little bit when Khamenei died. Nothing. Like it was like, yep, we're good, everything's fine, everything going fine. Next thing, the enemy is dying, we're killing them, they're being defeated, they're in a trap. They're even thanking the Israelis by saying like now they ended themselves by doing this. They're saying that we were waiting for for a reason to be able to destroy Israel, and by Israel doing this, now they are just a few days away from complete annihilation. And we thank the Israelis for bringing this day that we all were hoping that we could see it in our lifetime. By doing this, now they have made it so that we could see it in our lifetime. And like, oh yeah, they're not seeing the videos because it's illegal in Israel, they're hiding it, they're not allowing the devastation from Israel to be shown in the media. What else did you say? Because you said some other things that was a complete repeat of the Islamic group, and it's not just his channel. It's like Tahlilgar, his channel, Salman TV. They're all basically
Yeah,
saying the
according to
same.
them, like Israel's like straight up committing and the US are committing like a genocide and like,
Oh
targeting
yeah.
civilians.
Oh, okay. So no, that's not what we're hearing. Okay, so that's one
But like
propaganda that you're not gonna hear from them, right? I'll tell you why. But go on.
yeah, I mean they're saying that like they're claiming that in Israel they made it illegal to show any pictures of like
Yeah.
damage. That's what they're like claiming.
Yes. Yes. So they honestly, you know what? I used to think that the type of people who think that Israel is now on purpose like going and committing a genocide in Iran, I would usually say that to you and other people, this is what you tell them, okay? But honestly, right now I'll tell you, fuck these people, right? Honestly, they're too far gone, and they're completely retarded, and I don't even know if it's worth wasting your time with them, right? Somebody who thinks that Israel right now is committing genocide in Iran, I think like you will you will make better use of your time trying to talk to a cockroach, convincing a cockroach that Israel's operations in Iran is justified. So I don't even know if we should bother with those people, right?
I mean, I'm not
I
like
think
planning
our
on
time
talking
is
to them as
yeah,
much as I
yeah,
just want to like listen to their webinar on like how to build a movement to
yeah.
try and stop the war in Iran.
No, no, I'm not. No, you're doing great. Like you're doing so great. I'm not talking about what you're doing because you're like our spy, Samantha. You're like our spy inside the these. You know their language. You know these communities. You know where they are, and you go and listen, and then you come to us and you tell us what's happening. So you're like our you're like a devil agent.
I
So
mean,
that's
honestly,
good.
Samantha, you should attend these things and do like write-ups about them and you could get published in the free press easy.
Yeah. And yeah, come update us here with regards to what these people are saying. It's really valuable. It's actually fascinating that you're saying that because I'm hearing it from my circles, a lot of these from my circles as well. So I'm actually always very surprised on how in line they are. Like as soon as I hear a propaganda from the Islamic Republic, I see the same lines from Nick Fuentes, and then you hear the same lines from the commies. Like you guys, like this was in a matter of hours. Like are you guys on the same Zoom call or something? Like how did you guys got the same arguments in such a short time? Like why are you yesterday none of you were saying this, and today all of you are saying the same thing? Like are you guys organized or something, or
Wait, can I
do you
just
have each
speak on that?
yeah, go on.
Like when I was radicalized and I started like studying the ex-Muslim movement out of curiosity, and then I went down a rabbit hole of watching propaganda from Pakistani Shia cleric based in Iran doing cover for the regime. And he was saying all the same lines that we would say when I was Antifa. I was like, hold the fuck up. And literally that alone like was part of me de-radicalizing because I was like, wait, I think this guy is pure fucking evil. And then he's saying the same shit that we'd be saying in the middle of San Francisco. Hold up. Stop the presses. Record scratch. I need to leave. I need to leave.
Perfect, that was great.
Yeah, Danny, exactly.
That's
That was
good.
my are we the baddies moment.
Yeah, by the way, for people who are new here, Susanna used to be Antifa, so she got de-radicalized out of that movement. So Samantha used to be part of a communist cult, and Susanna used to be Antifa. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, BT.
No, you're fine. That was just like a twitch. Jeffrey, you had raised your hand, but also Armin, I was told that Antifa isn't even real, that the right just made that whole thing up.
Oh, really? Okay. Who said that? Antifa? Okay, that's I don't know. I don't know, Susie. Susie, apparently you have been imagining all of that all those years of consuming their material and being part of their groups.
I mean, it's anything I dislike is just liberal fake news.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeffrey, did you want to touch on that?
Real quick on a lot of the good points that were raised. So what you're probably, I mean, I very much appreciate the point that Samantha brought up. I mean, you see those kinds of narratives being pushed by Tucker Carlson. He just said that shit last night. Hassan Piker, I think, said something similar. A couple other people. So very much indicative of dark gray propaganda. I'm going to use two particular lines or thematic elements that were cited. Oh, it's going to escalate to a nuclear war, and Israel's going to sit there and drop nuclear weapons in Iran. So there was a probability of that prior to the brave Iranian protesters rising up against the Mullah regime and subsequent U.S. and Israeli strikes to suppress Mullah capability. That is very much a lower probability now, almost to nothing, because of the bravery of Iranian resistance and protesters and the operational impact of U.S. and Israeli airstrikes. So it's dark gray propaganda, right? It's a little nugget of truth in a broad, like a broad tub of bullshit, right? So like, oh well, Israel is stopping people from posting things. So there are, directives or suggestions giving on how you should video record things because you don't want to give operational insight to the enemy. Say like on Fox News last night when there was a particular reporter going, okay, we got to be sure how we where we point our camera to sit there and show the interceptors going up because they don't want to violate any operational security. That's not the same as Israel is trying to sit there and stop everybody because all of Tel Aviv is in fire. Yeah, that's all bullshit, right? So it's like a little nugget of truth in a broad contextual lie, which also outlines exactly how important all of you guys are here, right? To pre-bunk things. So how is it that they're coordinating all their efforts? I mentioned so like one of the operational impacts of global socioeconomic and technological trends, not the least of which is the advancements in telecommunications and information technology, minimizing transaction costs regarding information. What does that mean operationally? Before you had to have hub and spoke and spiderweb based organizational structures, like hub A tells hub B through defined communication. This is what you'll say. Well, that's no longer the case. Now, a bad guy or any actor puts a ping out into the world, and when that ping hits a receptive node, say like Tucker fuck the duck Carlson, or say, I don't know, some left-wing douchebag who's protesting in front of Trump Tower because they think that somehow Israel is engaged in genocide, all bullshit, and they regurgitate each other's narratives because they saw it online and they just said, yep, they're just going to self-incentivize and then amplify that message. Again, all of that to say, it is that underwrites again in no insignificant detail how significant and important all of your efforts are, whether it's you, Armin, or Tulsi, or Goldie, or everybody here. And the fact that you are getting the threats that you are illustrates you're having impact, right?